Greetings world, my name is Yusuf Muhammad, EM's Creation, on all social networks. I pray that your day is going well. On this first day of Black History Month, I wanted to start with the rare history fact of really the history of the Black History Month. Black History Month begins with Carter G. Woodson and his idea to highlight the accomplishments of African American culture. In 1915, he co-founded an organization called the Association for the Study of the Negro Life and History. This organization came from a discussion that he was having around the release of the racist movie, The Birth of a Nation. However, it wasn't until 10 years later, around 1926, that he came up with the activities and the frame of the first African American Celebration Week, African American History Week. He chose the week of February 7th, 1926, because it was the birth week of both Abraham Lincoln and Frederick Douglass. Carter G. Woodson hoped that the African American Week would better relationships between blacks and whites in the United States, as well as inspire African Americans to be happy and celebrate the accomplishments and the contributions of their ancestors to the American public. In his book, The Miseducation of the Negro, Carter G. Woodson discusses that in all of the Negro schools throughout the country, very few offered African American studies, while in the colleges throughout the country, they all looked at the Negro as a problem to society or just dismissed them all. The African American community took hold to the celebration of life. However, it wasn't until the 1960s, during the Civil Rights Movement, that the American educators, both black and white, began to observe the Negro History Week. Then, in February of 1969, the black educators and the Black United Students at Kent State University proposed the first Black History Month celebration. It wasn't until a year later that the actual celebration took place. It wasn't until 1976 that President Gerald Ford urged Americans all over to observe Black History Month during the celebration of the United States bicentennial. However, it was not until 1978 that President Carter and the federal government officially recognized the Black History Month, and it was celebrated as a regular event in American schools. In the 21st century, many were beginning to question if this month still should be celebrated, especially after the election of the nation's first African American president, President Barack Obama. Many felt that this month had become, as I quote, trite, stale, and pedestrian, rather than informative and thought-provoking, and served only to regulate the achievements of African Americans to adjunct status in American history. Very sad. While others argue that it will be to our best interest to pause and explore the meaning of freedom through the lived experience of a people who forced America to be true to its creed and reaffirm the American dream, those who eliminate Black History Month would often miss the point. Carter G. Woodson no doubt will be pleased with the expansion of the Negro History Week to the Black History Month, for again, his idea was to highlight the accomplishments of the African American alongside the white American. In his book, The Story of the Negro Retold, he states, "It is not so much Black history as it is universal history." Black History Month is the annual observation in the United States, Canada, the United Kingdom, and the Netherlands, where it's known as Black Achievement Month. It is celebrated annually in the United States and Canada in February, while in the United Kingdom and the Netherlands in October. Again, my name is Yusuf Muhammad, EM's Creation on social networks. Hope that you enjoyed day one. Please tune in for day two. Rare Black History Facts. Have a blessed day. Peace.